welcome to another episode of Talking to Myself. I'm your host, Jake Letizia, and this is the podcast where I look into a camera and I talk to myself. How's it going? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing great. I'm doing okay. I feel a little fucking embarrassed. I feel a little shitty because it looks like we missed a week, dude. 3 years of not missing a week for the podcast, and we missed a fucking week, dude. God damn it, dude. We're all infallible, bro. I'm fucking infallible, dude. Or we're not infallible. We're all flawed. I don't know the words. I can't speak English correctly, and yet I do a podcast for an hour by myself every week, except for last week, because I'm a dumb piece of shit. The show that I've been talking about on this podcast, Dads Like Ducks, we had the second show this past Friday, and it was fucking great. It was so well, I mean, you're going to be listening, not this past, today is Friday. I'm recording this on Friday. It's going to come out on a Saturday. If you're listening on Saturday, it wasn't yesterday, it was a week before. Dads Like Ducks, round 2. It was fucking great. The show was awesome. But I may have been wearing too many hats. I was hosting it. I did a set. I fucking was taking photos of it. I filmed a couple of people's sets. I was doing a lot. And on top of that, my friend was coming in from Chicago that night. And anyone who's been listening to the podcast, I keep pushing it further and further down into the week, to the point where now I've been recording it on Fridays, and it's been coming out on Saturdays. So I hadn't filmed the podcast yet that week, and the show was happening. I figured, on Saturday I'll film it, and then I'll put it out Saturday night. There you go. That's the podcast for the week. But things got hectic. The show went really well. I fucking drank a lot that night in celebration. I smoked weed for the first time in God knows how fucking long. Literally, I smoked weed for the first time in 5 fucking years because I was feeling good and the show went well and everyone had great sets and my fucking friend was coming from Chicago. I was having a good time. I was living it up. So the next day, Saturday rolls around, and my friend's like, hey, you want to meet up at a park in the middle of the day? And I was like, oh, sure. Now, I already knew I was going to meet up at that park on Friday, and I figured I'll do the podcast in the morning when I wake up, but the park hang was at 2, and I wake up, and it's fucking 1 p.m. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to fucking just do the episode on Monday. That way I just push this week's to Monday, and then I'll just keep hitting Mondays from now on, and I won't have missed an episode, and everything will balance itself out, and I'll be back to the original day when I first started posting. I'll be back on schedule. So I'm hanging with my friend, and he's here till Tuesday. I just keep hanging with him because he's a good friend, and I wanted to fucking see him. And I kept pushing the date, and I'm like, you know what? I'll just record on Thursday. Fuck it. And at that point, I was like, damn, I guess I missed a fucking week. Whatever. I'll record on Thursday. Thursday morning, I go to set up the camera. I open my camera bag, and lo and behold, my fucking lens is missing. So it turns out, even if I was going to try and record on Saturday, I could not have because the lens was fucking gone. Now, mind you, I could have realized the lens was gone on fucking Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but for some reason kept pushing it off like a piece of shit. I kept putting it off because I was having fun with a friend. Haven't seen him in fucking literally 2 years, I think. I was just having a good time, dude. Too much of a good time, dude, because I should be sitting here talking for an hour, bro. Anyway, so then I realize my lens is gone. I start freaking the fuck out. Literally, my heart starts pounding. Because this lens is $1,200 just for the lens, and then plus tax and plus protection, a protection plan for a couple of years. It comes out to $1,500. And like you guys know, I've said it to you on the pod, I don't really have a job right now. I'm a little bit unemployed. And it's going to be a hefty fee to buy a whole new fucking lens because of my own stupid negligence. So I assume it's stolen. I assume it's gone. I mean, it's been a full week since I've been to, or almost a full week, just shy of a full week that I have not been at this place. And no one's contacted me about a lens missing. No one's contacted me about anything. So I'm thinking no one knows the lens is gone. Someone saw the lens and just took it. Because why the fuck not? Because if you work at an establishment where you're not paid that great, I don't know how much they pay them at this place, but if you work at a place and you're not paid amazingly and you see a fucking $1,500 lens, you snatch the shit. And I would be upset and I would be pissed, but also I get it. I forgot it. It's a little bit my fault. So I preemptively buy a new lens. Just in case, because I'm already late with the pod. I already missed the pod, and I'm feeling bad because this is it, dude. This is the thing, dude. This is my whole shit right here, is the podcast. So I'm like, if I got to eat the $1,500, I got to put out the pod, so I have to buy one. So I bought it just in case. Was supposed to come, the lens was supposed to come Saturday. And as I'm leaving the apartment to go check this place if they have my lens, it says on Amazon, the lens is shipped. And a little fucking feeling in my gut was like was pained, and it was like, damn, dude, maybe I should have canceled that order. Maybe I should have waited to order that once I knew if the lens was actually there or not. So I go to the place where I had the show. It was like perfect. Somebody was opening the locked door as I was walking up because I got there right before they opened, and he was like, "Hey, we're not open yet." I was like, "Oh, I did a show here. I think I left my camera lens. Can I go check where it is?" And he goes, "Sure, we can go downstairs and check, but we also have like a place where we put lost items." I go, "Oh, you have a lost and found?" He goes, "Yeah." So before we even go into the venue, we go to this fucking side room that has all this shit in it. And there's a guy back there, and he goes, "Hey, did you see a camera lens?" And the guy goes, 24 mil to 105 or 24 mil to 124. I think that's what this is. And I go, "Oh yeah, dude, that's it." And they goes, "Here you go." And he looked at me a little pissed off. He looked at me like there's some sort of thing in place where if someone doesn't claim their item in a week, you just get to take it. Like, he looked at me bummed out, like that was about to be his lens, but I came in the nick of time to be like, "Nah, motherfucker, I own that shit." Like, I wouldn't be surprised if the reason I didn't get an email is because that motherfucker was hoping that would be in his apartment tonight. But I showed up and I got there and I got the lens and I was fucking exhilarated. I was overwhelmed with relief. But at the same time, I was like, damn, I can't cancel the order. It's already being shipped. So I'm relieved, but also not quite yet because I still need to receive the other lens, return it, and get my refund. And until that money is back in my account, I'm going to still be a little bit stressed out. Because I bought blinds off Amazon and I was trying to fucking return them, and they were like, it has to show up first. And then the item didn't show up. And then it was like, or the item hadn't shown up yet. And it said, you need to ask for a refund within 2 days of when it was supposed to show up. And they kept delaying it though. And then I wanted to get a refund because I was like, it's already delayed. It's already late. I don't want this anymore. But they're like, no, you have to wait for the late date. And if it doesn't show up the late date, you have to fucking request a refund within 2 days to get the refund. And what happened was I requested the refund too early, like 5 times. Then I forgot about it. Then the date when it was supposed to show up wasn't here, but I requested a refund like 4 or 5 days after the late date, and then I was just fucked Jake. That's what I was. I was past the late date and I became fucked Jake. And I don't like to use my name. I don't like to say my name. I don't like to talk in the third person, but for this that's how fucked I was. That's how fucked I got by Amazon, that I'm now speaking in the third person to show you how fucked I truly was and how pissed I was. It was only $60, but that's $60 that I could fucking use for like 4 meals, dude. I could buy food for half a week with that shit, dude. Amazon stole half a week's worth of food out of my fucking mouth. So I'm a little nervous about returning the lens, but I'm sure it'll be fine. I already got the shipping label, just need to print it out, The lens comes tomorrow, slap it on, give it to a UPS guy, fucking get my money back. Anyway, we're here though. We're here, we're doing the podcast, we're having a good time. I feel fucking sweaty. Yes. What's up? What's fucking been going on in your lives? What's been going on in mine? What the fuck is happening? I was, I got a couple of things written down here that I wanted to talk about. Bro, I saw this guy in the train. I've never had a tattoo. I don't have a tattoo. I've never had the urge to get one. I've never had I assume that getting a tattoo, it seems like from the people I've met, it's either a burning desire in your heart to get something very specific, or you just don't give a fuck and you get squiggles on your shoulders. Like that's what I've experienced in my life. You either really want it to be something meaningful and specific. You want it to be something that when somebody asks you, you answer and they go, "Whoa, what the fuck? Can we make out?" Like you want someone to date you. It's so impressive what the thought you put into a certain tattoo. That's one lane of people. And then the other lane of people is, I want to cover myself in bullshit and I don't really give a fuck what it is. I'm not even going to research who does good art. I'm just going to go into tattoo shops when I'm in a city and I'm going to be like, "Hey man, can you draw a walrus on my ankle?" And then the next day you're going to be like, "Can I have a cactus on my thigh?" And then fucking years later, you have a whole sleeve of squiggles and cartoons, and some of them are awful and some of them are good, and there's swords and skulls and fucking scripture, and you don't know what any of it means, but people see you from afar and they go, "Damn, dude, you look tight." That's the second lane of people. People who just want to get sleeved up and covered up, and they just want to look like a tattooed punk. In a good way. I'm saying that in a good way. Tattooed punks are beautiful. I want to have sex with them when I see them for the most part. But I've never had either of those inklings. I'm in the camp. I feel like people who don't have tattoos either never wanted one, don't want one, or there's somebody in that first camp of people who would get one if they felt very impassioned to get something specific that meant a lot to them. And that's me. I'm a person who I would my sexuality is very similar to my tattoo policy. I have never had sex with a man. Right? I haven't, dude. I found men attractive. I think I have no qualms being like, that man looks cute. That man looks hot, but I've never had the urge to fornicate or kiss another man. Now, I'm not going to take it off the table, bro. What if I meet some dude and we lock eyes and I fall in love? I don't know what the fuck's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen, dude. I don't know. I can't call what's going to happen at 50 years old, you know? I might change it up. I have no idea, okay? I'm not going to rule it out. But as far as life has gone so far, I see women, I think they're beautiful. I want to be with them. I feel the same way about tattoos. I've never, ever had the urge to get a tattoo. I've never, ever wanted anything specific. But if I felt deep in my gut that I wanted a certain specific tattoo at 47, I would get the fucking thing. And that's how I feel about tattoos. So whenever I see tattoos, I either see really cool specific ones or a lot of bad weird ones. Or sometimes you see someone with covered in cool shit. Because some people are in the second camp where they just want a bunch of shit, but they put the time and attention and research into finding good artists, which is what you probably should do. But also there's some sort of charm to somebody who just fucking free-for-alls it. There's something cool about someone who just stick and pokes the word fuck into their forearm. There's something fun about that, at least in my opinion. But anyway, all that context given, I was on the subway about a week ago probably, and there was this dude who was like broed out. I think it was during fucking Lala Coachella Abbondanza Bodelli. Whatever the fucking, what is the thing called? There's some music festival that happens in New York every year. It's not Coachella. It's not Lollapalooza. It's some other fucking thing. It's Lollipop-a-Dolly Dop. That's what it is. Lollipop-a-Dolly Dop. It's some fucking bullshit name that you hate when you hear it, and it brings a bunch of people to the city that you barely like, and you wish they would just go home. It's one of those. It's one of those music festivals. Somebody's just shouting outside my window right now. Somebody just shouted, "Get the fuck out of here. What are the fucking odds?" out my window. I hope that's a friendly meeting. I hope that's not a friendly meeting and someone being like, "What are the fucking odds? You're the dude I said on site about. I'm going to beat you to a fucking pulp outside his apartment. Outside my apartment." Anyway. That was a scary... What are the fucking odds? That was a what are the fucking odds? This is packed with aggression, and maybe I have a gun in my pocket. That was... For a second, it was so loud out the window that I thought he was like yelling at me. Bro, you want to fucking go, dude? Anyway, I just get up. I fucking go outside. I come back with bloody knuckles. I'm like, anyway, what was I talking about? Fucking Lollapalooza Palooza Drop Bondanza, the music festival in New York City. Anyway, and there were some people who seemed like they were from LA. This woman and these two dudes, they seemed like they were from LA. They were just LA'd out, bro. One of them had a fucking Yankees cap on that like looked brand new, like he just bought it, like he's never been to New York in his fucking life. And he's like, "This is the move." I've never been here before. This is the fucking move, dude. I've never been to New York. I'ma get a fucking Yankees cap like a weirdo. And it's just gonna be clean as fuck and show everybody I've not been here before. I have this Yankees cap on, and I'm tan as shit, and I got a rough beard and a fucking tank top on. I'm clearly not from New York. And he was with this dude who was just in a black shirt and like very nice jeans. I think they had rips in them. He looked LA. And I don't remember what the woman looked like. I think she had like red hair, and she was also a tank top, and she was just like very like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? I think maybe her hair was a little curly. She looked weeded out. She looked hipped up, you know? And anyway, but this dude with the black shirt, he's like talking, and he's like, you know, he's got, they all had the California accent, like, "Yeah, dude, fuck, shit, yeah, you know what I'm saying? What the fuck?" Like vocal fry, vocal rot, whatever it is. They're all like, "Yeah, dude, I'm fucking chilling, bro. That festival's sad, dude. Where are the bars at? We're on the subway right now. This shit's fucking wild." It was like that. And I already know they're from LA. But I look at this dude with the black shirt on, and I've been watching them for a while, but he moves his arm in a way where I see the back of it. You see where this scar is? Dude, this might be you see where this scar I have on my arm that looks like a fucking an appendix scar? Have I told you guys about this? I'll tell you in a second. Anyway, right where this is, this dude had a tattoo that was just a palm tree. His full forearm was a palm tree. And it wasn't bad, but it wasn't good. It was a very average looking palm tree. And I wanted so badly to point at it and be like, "Oh, dude, are you from LA? Hey, dude, you're not from LA, are you? Hey, dude, this might be wild, but based on your arm, I'm gonna guess you're from LA, dude." It's like a religious person getting a cross tattoo on their forearm. Like they want you to know that they're down with Jesus. This guy wants you to know he's from LA. And it's like, we already know, bro. We can tell by what you're wearing, by the voice coming out of your fucking face. It's a little bit overkill, that weird tattoo. And there was something about the tattoo not being that good and not being that bad that made it even more LA. I don't know why, dude. I don't know why. I don't even know much about LA. I've been there one time and thought it was okay, but something about that palm tree was the most LA shit I've ever seen in my fucking life. New York tattoos to me are either dog shit or beautiful, and that mediocre ass palm tree was fucking the most LA thing ever. It was lazy and fucking statusy, and like, it was bullshit, dude. That's what it was. It was a bullshit tattoo for a bullshit place. No offense to LA, but it's a bullshit place. I don't even mean that as an insult. LA is a bullshit place. But that's just what it is, dude. What's New York? I guess New York is a mean place. LA's a bullshit place and New York's a mean place. Or New York is like a selfish. What is New York? I guess LA is a bullshit, selfish place. That's beautiful and sunny, and the weather's great, and you can golf, and it's awesome. Like, I don't like, because people will shit on, I don't like shitting on a city entirely, or shitting on a place entirely. Like, there are good things about LA. I went there, and I was like, I don't want to live here, but I liked a lot of aspects of it. The beaches were fun, the food was good, the fucking mountains were sick as hell. It was a beautiful fucking place. But it didn't feel like a city at all. The people I met were very strange. And vapid, and a little bit like, they didn't feel like people. They all felt like they had a thing to do, or they were at a place for a reason that didn't matter, you know? And in New York, I mean, New York, it feels that way in Brooklyn. I guess Brooklyn and LA feel very similar to me. Certain pockets of Brooklyn feel very much the same way. People are at places for a reason. That doesn't matter. Basically just describing assholes' lives. The lives of assholes. You're at a place for a reason that doesn't matter. I mean, I guess that's just all of existence, you know? I guess that's just life in general, bro. We're often at places for a reason that, and it does not matter. In the grand scheme, dude, in the grand scheme, we're all dead tomorrow. And that's a good thing. That's a fun thing. That shouldn't be a pessimistic thing. That should tell you to live the life that you want to. Stop going to work, dude. Stop going to work and just fucking see how long you last. Why not? Why not, dude? That's really good advice. Dude, that's really good advice. Quit your job right now and just see how long until you're dead. It might be a fun time. It might be a fun ride. Nah, I'm joking. I'm joking, of course. Of course I'm joking. What the fuck am I talking about? Anyway, he had a palm tree on his arm, and that was funny to me. Is basically what I'm saying. I don't know. I guess New York. I just feel like in New York you meet. I mean, but also that's the thing too. I'm a fucking dickhead because I go to LA one time for a week and I judge the entire place. I feel like I have a handle on New York because I've been here 9 years. Okay, you've been to a place 9 years. You can kind of give an opinion that has some stock to it. But my opinion on LA is an opinion, and it's one that I have. But you can dismiss it easily. You know, if I've been to 3 pizzerias in New York and was like, New York has the best pizza of all time, you can openly mock me and say well, I don't give a fuck about your opinion. You haven't done enough research. I did not spend enough time in LA or encounter enough people in LA to be able to decisively and 100% judge all of them to be assholes. I felt that way. I felt like most people I met there sucked, but also my good friends live there and they don't suck. They're tight as fuck. I think anywhere you go, there are cool ass people. That's what I think. I think anywhere you go, you can find cool places and beautiful spots and awesome fucking people. It's kind of a bullshit idea that an entire place sucks. It kind of is that you're kind of a fuckface if you think that. A little bit. You know? I meet a lot of people from New York who are like, I'm New York born and raised. And it's never people who are New York born and raised who are cool never say that. It's always somebody who fucking sucks that's like, yo, I've been here fucking since I came out of my mother's vagina. And you're like, yeah, dude, that's how everyone was born. Calm down. I fucking shot out of my mom's vagina and was sitting in Brooklyn, New York. Yeah, all right, dude. Shut up. Calm down, dude. It's weird. I guess because you're born into like what some people consider the greatest city in the world. Like, it's my favorite city. But, you know, you got lucky, dude. You were born here. You didn't do shit, you know? If anything, kudos to your mom, bro. She fucking planted herself into the city and then shot you out. I mean, all of the credit goes to her, not you. You're taking credit. You're stealing credit from a fucking beautiful lady, dude. I don't know if your mother's beautiful. I hope she is. That'd be cool. She might be ugly as fuck, dude. I don't know. Based on that guy's personality, who's like, I was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. His whole family's ugly. Ugly in spirit, I mean. Based on his physical appearance, his whole family is ugly physically as well. There's nothing wrong with being ugly, dude. You can be ugly. I'm just saying, don't brag to me about somewhere you were born. You got no control over that. Also, I don't know, isn't Doug Stanhope say that? He's like, people brag about how they were born and raised somewhere. It's like, bro, you never left, dude. How is that? You're not cultured at all. You never left where you're from? Fucking get out of here, dude. You're a townie. People from New York don't think they're townies. You are, bro. You hang out at the Stumble Inn. I know you grew up on the Upper East Side, dude. I know that, dude. You are a townie. And there's nothing wrong with being a townie, dude. I got friends who are from New York, born and raised. But guess what? They never say it to you. It becomes a topic of conversation when you go, where are you from? It's not the first thing they say when they meet you. It's like vegans, dude. Cool vegan people, you find out when you're going to eat something with them. You find out they're vegan when you're going to eat something with them. Not upon them saying, hey, my name's Kenny. And then you go, oh, cool, Kenny. How you doing today? And they go, well, I'm a vegan. And you're like, what did that have to do with how are you doing today? Have you eaten yet today? No, I haven't eaten a thing yet today. All right, so then it really has nothing to do with the conversation that might have made us friends. You really fucked up the friendship that might have happened by bringing up shit that does not matter yet. If I was bringing you a bowl of fucking stew and you said, is there meat in that? And I said no or yes, and you're like, ooh, I can't eat it because I'm vegan, then I would be like, that's good information to tell me right now in this moment. All right? Now, where were you born and raised? All right. Excuse me. All right. That's the end of the first part. I'll see you guys in the next part. What's up? I'm back. Let me do a little sound test. Little sound check. Make sure I don't sound like fucking that garbly garbage from that one time the podcast got all fucked up. You guys never heard it. But it would have scared the shit out of you. Would have scared the fucking shit out of you. It's good. Mistakes are good. That podcast where it got all garbled and terrible, it was good because it taught me to fucking listen to the audio while I'm recording or before I'm recording. Test the audio out. Make sure it's good. If you want to be a fuckface who doesn't wear headphones, you listen to it and make sure it sounds good. Before you sit here for an hour, you fucking idiot. That's good. You know? Losing this camera lens, it taught me that I need to be patient and I need to be more on top of my shit. I need to be more on top of things. If I was more on top of things, I would have realized that I was missing that lens much earlier and I would have gotten it back much earlier and I wouldn't have been in a time crunch where I was like, ooh, order a new one right now because you've already waited too long to do the pod. So it taught me to be on top of my shit. You got to always go, hey, this is a mistake and this fucking sucks, but how do I learn from it? And how is this funny? I see people who they make mistakes or they're having a bad day and they always tell me their bad day and it's always fucking funny. No one's bad day isn't funny. Unless it's tragic, but that's a different thing. If you're having a tragic day, you might, I don't know how much you can learn from it. You could probably still learn from it, but it's not funny. But a bad day, just a shitty day, just everything's going wrong for you. You got rejected from this thing. You lost that thing. You're getting evicted from this. Like, I don't know. A lot of times you make a series of fuck-ups. I guess I should say, if you make a series of fuck-ups that is your fault, and it makes for a bad day, you should always look at it like you're not the person who did all the fuck-ups. Look at it from the point of view of someone who is watching you. Imagine that you were in a movie and your bad day was something someone was watching, and I guarantee you it'll pull yourself out of it and you'll start laughing at yourself. And then you'll also start fucking thinking about, well, like, why, how about I just do the podcast on Mondays, you know? How about I don't drink so much that I can't wake up in the morning? How about I make changes to not have bad days? I don't know. Mistakes are good, man. Mistakes. This is what happens when you miss one episode. You miss one episode, and on the next episode, you're saying mistakes like a fucking psycho, like an incoherent psycho, fucking up every word I say. Mistakes are good. They make for a better person. Oh, that's what I want to say. That's what I want to talk about. I got a couple good things I wrote down, or things that I've been thinking about. What do you guys think about manifestation? Do you think that? Do you think it's? What do you think that is? When people talk about manifestation, I immediately get angry, and I don't know why. There's a lot of famous people or successful people who talk about manifestation. But there are also a lot of people who are fucking idiots who talk about manifestation. And I think, I don't know. I just think the people who talk about manifestation who are successful are people who talk about manifestation, but then they do things where they can become successful. But also it's like 1 in a million. Like Jim Carrey talks about manifestation, and he talks about how he wrote a check for himself for $1 million or something like that. And then he said in like 5 years or some amount of time that he's going to be able to cash that check. And then he was, because he became like the highest grossing actor of his time during a certain period. But Jim Carrey is a freak of nature. Jim Carrey is an insane performer. Jim Carrey was on a quest for success. He was not lazy. He was hardworking. He was doing shit constantly. He was possessed by his talent. He was constant in his movement forward to become the thing he wanted to be. Okay? That's different from a motherfucker online going, I'm trying to manifest a boyfriend who's nice to me. What? What? I'm trying to manifest less Taco Bell in my life. Don't go there, dude. That's not manifestation. That's just you making a decision. You don't need to put that on a whiteboard. Don't eat Taco Bell for it to happen. You can just not eat Taco Bell. If putting it on the board helps you out, that's all cool, but it's not, you didn't manifest anything. Manifest just means doing something. You know what I don't like about it? Manifest sounds like divine. There's like, you're thinking about something so much that some divine thing creates what you want, and then you encounter it or you get it. And that's not what it is, dude. It's just you choosing to do something. It's you just choosing, yeah, I'm going to do that instead of not doing it. Manifesting not eating Taco Bell is just you being like, I'm not going to eat it. There's no divine, there's nothing from God that's making you not do it, that's taking the will away from you. You're just not doing it. You're just making a good decision. It's also what it is it's one of those things that people act like isn't religious, but it is. It's just another it's another religion. Like astrology, people act like it's not religion. It is, dude. Simulation theory. I've talked about that before. People act like they're smart because they believe in simulation theory. Like they'll actively shit on Christianity, but then be like, but we all might live in a simulation. But if you map out what they both are, it's the same fucking thing. Simulation theory is someone created a program, created a simulation that we're all a part of and that we're all moving parts in. And what is Christianity? It's some fucking God created the world and we're all moving parts in it. It's the same fucking thing, but one believes a human did it, or an alien, or whatever divine thing that isn't us that made it is, and the other believes it's somebody in the sky. But they all believe that, don't they? Don't they both believe the same thing? That it's, if someone created the simulation, they are in whatever the metaphysical space is. That's the sky, is it not? I don't know. I just think it's annoying when people say manifest. That's what it really comes down to. When people say manifest, in my stomach fucking tightens up and I wanna yell. My stomach tightens up and I want to yell loudly. That's all it is. That's all it really comes down to. And then I think about it because I'm like, am I justified in getting so mad at that thing? Probably not, but there's some reason for it. Most things that make you incomprehensibly angry are not justifiable. Your hatred for it is not justifiable, but there's some reason why it's happening. And I want to know what it is. I don't know. Maybe it annoys me because people I know will say they're trying to manifest things, and I wish they were just taking an active role in finding the thing they're trying to manifest. Or an inactive role. I don't know. When people talk about it in dating terms, that's what bothers me. I'm trying to manifest a person like this. You know why? Because it's also like creating a fake person. And then what? If you actually meet the person who you were looking for, then you're like, ooh, I manifested you? It's like, motherfucker, I existed before you thought of me. I was here this whole time, dude. The fact that you decided you want someone with these specific traits didn't give me those traits. I'm not a ghost from the sky, dude. I came out of a lady. Your whiteboard's got nothing to do with me. I don't know what you're talking about. I just think I don't know. It's silly. It's silly and I don't like it. And that's about the size of it. Let me check the sound again. Keep fucking rubbing against the cord of the mic cord. I'm worried it's fucking up the audio. I don't think it is though. I think it's fine. Yeah. Manifest. Also, I don't know. I hear manifestation for shit like manifest your success, manifest a good relationship, manifest this, manifest that, and it just makes me think of manifest destiny, you know? The only other manifest the only manifest I learned in school was America's idea of taking everything for itself. So maybe that's what it is too. Maybe the fucking first word that was associated, the first phrase that was associated with made me feel bad in my gut. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I hate when people say manifestation or you got to manifest it. Maybe I hate it on instinct because when I was in fucking intermediate school in history class, we were learning about America's idea of like, yo, we get to own everything as long as we're aggressive enough. And I grew up thinking like, oh, I guess that's a cool idea. And then you get older, and then you're like, no, that's not that's a fucked up thing to think. That's psychotic, dude. That's fucking deranged. And kind of the whole manifestation thing, it kind of is, it's a version of that. It doesn't have to do with land, but it does have to do with you taking things over, kind of. At least career-wise. I don't know. It's a little bit like it's all mine, dude. Whatever I want in my brain, I'm gonna have. I don't know. It just feels like a very personal, assholey way to view things. It's very narcissistic, I feel like. It's very much like whatever it makes it seem like a person exists separate from the world in a way where they can like manipulate the world to have whatever they want happen. Or they have some sort of... It sounds, when someone says they want to manifest something, it sounds like somebody who thinks they're living in a simulation, where they're like, oh, well, I'm the person in this simulation. I'm playing this video game. And if I think hard enough, this thing will happen. Because it's all about me and everything revolves around me. I don't know. I think it's a very deceptively selfish thing. I think a lot of people who say it or do it don't know that they're selfish. Although people who do say it and do it might be I don't know, dude. Jim Carrey, he might be... You ever see Jim and Andy, dude? He seemed a little bit selfish the way in which he was method acting on that. I don't know. Jared Leto seems like a motherfucker who would use the word manifest, and he's quite the piece of shit, in my opinion. Dudes who send dead rats to co-stars are the types of people who manifest things. You know what I'm saying? Manifestation leads to you sending a used condom to somebody and then bragging about it on a red carpet and then acting like you never said that in your life. That's what manifestation leads to. And I'm just saying, that seems like a dark, bad path to go down. Anyway, perfume is interesting. I was hanging out with somebody this week, and she... I don't know how to say this without it sounding creepy. I got a whiff of the person. I got a whiff of her. Sometimes you get a whiff of somebody, you know what I'm saying? And you don't want to. You never want a whiff of somebody. It just happens. A lot of times it's BO. Sometimes it's fucking Axe body spray. And also sometimes it's perfume, you know? And that's why people wear certain things. They want you to get a whiff. But I always feel uncomfortable when I smell somebody, when I really get the scent of somebody and I know it's that specific person. I don't know why. There's something in me instinctively that makes me feel like I'm intruding on their life. When I get a strong scent of someone, I feel like I stole something from them. I feel like I'm being inappropriate, you know? I don't know why. It's a very strange thing. But perfume. I was with this person, and all of a sudden I got a waft of their perfume, and she was just standing next to me, and immediately I thought about my ex the moment I smelt it. And then I realized, oh, it's probably the same perfume that my ex used to have. And then I thought back to certain people who I've smelt, and they've smelt like other people, and then depending on the person they smelt like, I automatically like disliked or liked them. And I thought that's fucking crazy, dude. Cologne and perfume is instantly making you have friends or enemies. Isn't that wild? I never thought about that until that specific moment where I immediately, because I was having a nice time with this person, I was like, oh, this seems like a new friend. This is going well. And then I got that waft, and I was like, do I like her or do I hate her, or is it kind of both? And then I was like, oh wait, that's just me thinking about my ex. That smell just turned her into a different person for a second, who I already have strong feelings about, and for a second, I had those strong feelings about her. 100% that must happen to other people. I can't be the only one who experiences that. 100% there are women who smell Axe body spray and take out a knife and try and stab a motherfucker. 100%. Dudes have been gunned down for wearing Phoenix. You know what I'm saying? Maybe rightfully so, maybe not. Who knows? I can't call it, dude. It's not my decision to make, bro. I don't know what negative feelings are attached to that scent. I mean, he's probably an innocent man because he's not the guy. He's reminding you of another guy. But at the same time, I don't know, dude. No, it'd be rude. You can't. You gotta take in the scent and then ignore it. Because it'd be wrong to judge a person based on based on them having the same scent as another person. Although it did make me think. I was like, oh, that's interesting. I wonder if people who choose are the people who choose certain colognes and certain perfumes, do they have the same kinds of personalities? They might a little bit. They might be similar people a little bit. Because it is being marketed, mass marketed to people, and if you got hit with if you connected with a certain kind of a marketing, you're probably a similar kind of person to the other person it worked for. Anyway. But then it also made me think, like, you really don't know if you like somebody until you are in bed with them and you smell what they actually smell like. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I've met people who they have perfume on that I like, but then the next day when I'm with them, I hate how they smell. And I'm sure it's happened to me unbeknownst to me. I'm sure that someone's been lying in bed with me and been like, hey, dude, that Axe body spray was the scent I liked. I said Phoenix because I'm looking at it right now, dude. I wear Axe. I do. 100%, bro. I'm a 29-year-old man who wears Axe, and guess what? Women like it. I've said this on the podcast before. There's been plenty of people who have said to me straight up, I hate men. I hate the smell of Axe. I hate when men wear Axe. And I go, oh, dude, how do you think I smell? And they go, oh, you smell good. Whatever cologne you're wearing is really good. And then they come over and we have a nice time. And then the next day at some point they see in the room Axe. And they go, wait a second, you wear Axe? And I go, yes. And I go, yes. Doesn't it smell fucking good, dude? And it's always the same. They're like, oh, well, you must have a kind that smells good. Because there are different scents, bro. There are definitely some Axe scents that smell like fucking dog shit. But also, I don't understand. I like, Axe gets a bad rap, but I don't understand why Old Spice doesn't get a shitty rap. That shit smells like garbage, dude. Is it the smell or the marketing? I feel like women hate Axe because of those commercials where it was basically like, if you wear Axe, you'll get fucked. Do you remember those ads? I mean, they were, if I was a lady, I'd understand. I would be offended. It made women seem kind of, a little bit dumb, dude. It was a little bit mean towards women, those ads. Literally was a dude and then women just jumping at him because he smelt good. It's a little rude. Do you guys remember the fucking Dr. Pepper ad that was, and the slogan was Dr. Pepper only for men? Do you remember that, dude? That's wild to think about. Imagine if that campaign came out now. Dr. Pepper, only for men. It'd be the opposite now. It'd be Dr. Pepper, only for women, and then men would be fucking viciously angry. They should do it just to test it out, just to see what's up. They should fucking do a Dr. Pepper only for women commercial, and they should have the Dr. Pepper only for man guy come back, and it should be like a battle on who it's for, and they should make up and go, you know what, I guess it's for everybody. Wouldn't that be a beautiful ad, dude? Wouldn't that bring people together, dude? Dude, that would solve the world's problems. That would solve the world's problems just like that fucking Pepsi ad did. Remember that Pepsi ad? Remember that cool ass Pepsi ad, dude? With Kendall Jenner, and it fucking changed the world, bro. Remember that ended racism, dude? Well, this Dr. Pepper ad could end misogyny. Remember that? Kendall Jenner, dude. That was wild. Thank God she did that. She single-handedly ended racism. That was crazy, dude. I never knew that ads could end fucking entire worldwide problems that have been going on for fucking All of existence. I didn't know that, dude. But she knew. She had her and Pepsi had the foresight and the fucking gall and the fucking balls and the fucking confidence and bravery to be like, dude, I know this has been a problem forever. But if we make an ad where I give fucking Pepsi to a cop, racism's done, dude. Racism's over, dude. You know what's funny about that ad though? I bet you there's a handful of cops that if you gave them a Pepsi, they would just be like, you know what? I'm taking off the rest of the day. There are probably a handful of cops who were holding riot shields where if you gave them a Pepsi, they'd be like, you know what, dude? This shit got me gassy, bro. I'm gonna fucking sit on the toilet for 24 hours. Fuck it. My pension already kicked in. I don't even know if that makes sense. That probably doesn't, but the thought of it's funny. Anyway, that Dr. Pepper ad would solve misogyny and divisiveness all across America. It would, dude. 100%. All sexism would end if Dr. Pepper just fucking stepped in, dude. They wouldn't get memed into oblivion and made fun of for attempting to do something that stupid. No, dude. They'd get praised. Just like that Pepsi ad. They should even have Kendall Jenner be in it, dude. Redemption. Well, not redemption, because people loved that Pepsi ad, because it worked. Nah, I'm joking. Fucking around. Yeah, but perfume, dude. Perfume can really That's interesting to think about. See, now I want to know. I mean, I wonder if like women take into consideration other scents that other women are wearing and try and stay away from the scents that other women are wearing that they don't fucking like. Because I definitely have recognized what other men wear who I think fucking suck, and I try to stay away from it. I mean, most people a lot of assholes in my life have worn Old Spice, and so I have never once tried to put it on because I'm like, I don't want to smell like this fuckface. So I guess, even though I realized this recently with the perfume, I guess I've always been operating on that. I've always been operating in that mindset of like, I understand that scents are associated with people in people's lives, and I know that these motherfuckers are douchebags, and I don't want to smell like a douchebag. I guess that's just everything. I don't dress like certain people who fucking suck, but I do though. I do dress like people I do. Actually, that's not true. I try not to smell like people who suck, although people will say Axe body spray is fucking for a piece of shit. But when people smell me, they tend to like it, so I don't know. Maybe the Phoenix is off. Maybe Phoenix is off the table, dude. Maybe Phoenix is fucking good to go. I don't know. I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying anymore. It's not that hot in this room, but it's only because I had the air conditioner blasting in the living room and some of it seeped into here. Dude, there was a fucking fly flying around in here right before the pod, and I fucking snapped him. Sorry if that hurt your ears, that clap, but I fucking clapped him so good, dude. There's nothing more satisfying than clapping a fly midair. There's no better feeling in life than destroying a fly in midair. No, that's a little fucked up. Is it? I don't know. Is it fucked up to kill a fly? I don't know. I think the way I operate is if it's outside, you don't kill it. If it's inside, you kill it. And that's how I feel about bugs when I'm outside. That's how I feel about animals when I'm outside. If a bear kills me, I feel like that's on me. If a tiger kills me, I feel like that's on me. I don't know why I would be next to a fucking tiger. Much more likely to be next to a bear. In my hometown, there were fucking bear sightings in my old home. The home that my fucking parents sold had a bear in the back of it like a month after they sold it. Thank God they fucking got out of there. Tony Soprano was in their backyard. Maybe that's what it was, dude. Maybe bears just sense Italian people and they roll through. Maybe that's what it really was in The Sopranos, was a bear just sensed he smelt the Sfiadels and the rigatoni and the pappardelle and the fucking gabagool, and the bear was like, I need to get that gabagool. Gabagool has a strong scent, and it definitely attracts bears. So maybe that's what happened, dude. Maybe that's why that bear showed up at my old house, is because it smelled my dad's gabagool that was in the fridge. Maybe my dad was eating gabagool on the porch, and this fucking bear could smell it from 30 miles away, and he fucking made the trip to scrounge up some of that prosciutto. Could be, dude. I don't know. All I'm saying is my dad's very Italian, and Tony's very Italian, and they both had black bears in their backyard. Coincidence? I fucking think not, dude. Anyway, we got 20 seconds left in this pod. There's some other shit I could talk about, but 30 seconds is not enough to cover it. This is great. I'm going to put the next pod out on Monday. That's what I'm going to do. So this is going to come out on Saturday, and then you guys are going to get one Monday night. So get ready, dude. Buckle up, because you're going to have 2 back-to-back. And then I think I'm just going to keep releasing on Mondays again. Mondays or Tuesdays. I think Monday. I think I want to go back to Mondays. Every Monday the podcast comes out. I like that schedule. That's the true original schedule of this podcast, and I want to go back to it. So that's what's going to happen. If you're listening to this right now and you made it to the end, you're fucking awesome. I'll let you know about the next show. Yeah, and there'll be another podcast in fucking 2 days for you to listen to. So hope you listen to that. Hope you enjoyed this. Thank you all for listening, and as always, I love you guys, and I'll see you next week.
Jake, you're an idiot. Jake, you don't make any sense.